So Liza, the message from the state's emergency management team is to hunker down.
That's right, and stay off the roads. And you know, I have to say that we are seeing fewer cars than we normally would as the normal rush hour would kick off here in Grant Park, where we are, as you mentioned, right across from GMA headquarters, where they've been doing those state briefings. We're going to be standing by and make sure that we bring you the latest from the state throughout the course of the day as officials here monitor the storm from their storm center. We're going to keep you posted as well. But in the meantime, the main message is to indeed hunker down as Helene moves through our area, stay off the roads, avoid non-essential travel. And here's why. Director Chris Stallings says that this could be a system that is really one of the most significant events that Georgia has seen in some time. He actually compared it to COVID during yesterday's briefing, just to put it in perspective for you this morning. Now, as a result, GMA teams, they're getting their resources in place, and those resources are extensive. They include water, sandbags, generators. They're going to be moving those around the Macon area in central Georgia, and they're moving it centrally in the state in order to better disperse those resources and manpower as needed, because as GMA has emphasized, this is expected to be a statewide event in terms of impact as Helene moves through. Now, some support is also coming from other states, we are told, as far away as New Jersey. But as for us in North Georgia, GMA Director Chris Stallings really emphasizes that today is your window, your final chance to make sure your home is prepared, your family is prepared, that you have those emergency supplies on hand, those kits with enough food, water, and medicine to last you 3 days, because the expectation is that the lights will go out. We want to let you listen to some of that presser yesterday for some highlights. Take a listen.
I think we're going to see some significant power outages, probably nothing like we've seen because it's 159 counties wide. That's why we keep referencing the 72-hour window. You need to be self-sufficient. As a reminder, once speeds get above 35 miles per hour, we can't get bucket trucks out, we can't get any of our first responders out, and we'll be unable to reach you due to the dangerous conditions.
So that was a really important message that they want to focus in on as conditions get more dangerous over the course of the night as the core of Helene moves through our area. They're not going to be able to get out there to make the repairs needed to cut down any downed trees. A lot of that is going to have to wait until conditions are safe enough for crews to get out and start making the rounds in neighborhoods. So that's why they continue to say it's really important to have 3 days of supplies on hand. Get those prescriptions filled if your medicine is getting low, making sure you have everything you need at your home. The batteries are charged and ready to go. I do have some updates for you right now if you live in the city of Atlanta that I want to point you to, and we'll get online for you in our blog. And we'll continue to keep these updates going throughout the course of the day so you can follow that blog. But the city of Atlanta posting in the last 10 minutes or so that Atlanta 311 services are going to be open throughout the course of the night and into Friday as they continue to monitor the impact of Helene. They know that people are going to need some extra support, so they'll have that 311 service out as a resource for residents. And also we want to share with you that the Salvation Army Red Shield services, they are going to be operating and opening a severe weather shelter overnight Thursday beginning at 9 p.m. tonight through 8 a.m. Friday. Now we want to caveat that. That's going to be first come, first serve, and this is not a huge shelter, so if you're in need of these services and expect you're going to be needing that support, whether you're in the city, we're going to make sure that we get the number for that online. Maybe you want to call ahead and see if they still have beds available before you head over. But again, we're hearing more and more of those resources come out throughout the community. We will keep you posted throughout the day, and we'll continue to monitor the situation here at GMA as state officials prepare for their next briefing. We have no timeline for that yet, but we know we expect one naturally to be today, hopefully this morning, and we'll bring that to you on air and online. Live in Grant Park, Liza Lucas, sending it back to you guys.
All right, Liza, thank you. 11 Eliza Obeth Yates joining us now from Gwinnett County this morning. Bobeth, so GDOT is actually warning people, if you don't have anywhere to be, please stay off the roads.
That's exactly right. Now, right behind me, you can see 85 north and southbound. It's been very busy despite the rain. And as the storm gets closer, officials say the roadways will be wet, slippery, and potentially hazardous. Because of that, they're telling residents to stay indoors unless they have to be outside. Now, as Hurricane Helene is expected to be packed with heavy winds that could cause down trees and power lines, it can also bring a significant amount of rainfall that has officials worried about flooding on roadways. Now, to ensure resident safety, they say unless you absolutely necessarily have to be outdoors, it's best to stay inside. But they say if you do go outside, you have to remember that old adage, turn around, don't drown. Take a listen.
Very little water can carry a complete car away. You don't want to be in that car. You don't want to lose control of your car. Even if it's not a flooding situation where your car is being carried away, hydroplaning. Atlanta drivers, even on a sunny day, we see issues. Add rain into the mix, you're going to have more issues. You're going to have higher anxiety, higher anger on the road. If you can stay off the road, it's a really good idea to do that.
In addition, GDOT officials say they're also worried about pooling water. They say as the rain comes down, drains could likely get clogged. They spent the last several days trying to clear out drains on the roadways to help alleviate some of that pooling. They're also recommending residents do the same thing. They say if you have drains around your home to help preventing flooding from getting in water, getting into your home, they say clear out your drains. They're also suggesting that if you have loose items, chairs, plants, things that can be picked up by the wind, you secure those items to ensure when those heavy winds come rolling through that they don't become projectiles going into your neighbor's windows or even your windows. But again, they say stay off the road if you can because things will be dangerous outdoors. Live in Gwinnett County, I'm going to send it back to you guys, ladies.
All right, Bobeth, thank you. We got you covered from all angles, but we want to check in now with our meteorologist to track Helene and to see how we are looking at this hour.